Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a really short cleaning video for you and we take apart the Super Nintendo controller. Let's go. Okay, Super Nintendo controller. This should be very easy. Controllers without thumbsticks or without triggers, analog triggers are usually very simple. Let's see. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. We have 5 screws and it's just standard Phillips head screws. So we're going to remove those. When dismantling the Super Nintendo and its controllers, there is one additional thing you should keep on your mind. The Super Nintendo is made out of a special type of. I need another screwdriver. The the head is too thick for the holes, so I use this one. The Super Nintendo and its controllers is made out of a special kind of plastic. I think Nintendo used it, so the outer shell of the console is more fireproof. But the negative side effect of it is this chemical they mixed into the plastic uh, causes the console to yellow, like a lot of consoles do. But in the case of the Super Nintendo, the console does not just get yellow; it also um, becomes as the plastic becomes very breaks very easily. It becomes very uh, fragile. So if your console is badly yellowed and you want to dismantle it, keep that in mind. To be very careful, else you could break the plastic easily because it's uh, so fragile. Okay, I removed the screws and we should just be able to take the back part off and just turn it around so the screws fall out. Yeah, we have them here. 1, 2. Use my ice cube tray again. Of course, it's not necessary with the controller because I think these are all the screws that are in there. Here we have the back piece. Put that aside. And you can see the cable goes through here, through the plastic, and we can just take this out of this path. And yeah, that's actually all it is to it. The whole board should come out. Yes, we have the whole board here. That's all it is to it. Take this thing off, rubbery thing. And here we have just the board of the controller. And the other piece, we can now remove all those rubbery things from the start and select button. And from the shoulder button, it's in here. You have to pull it out to the top. Yeah, and then we have just the buttons inside. Take the shoulder buttons out. uh, there are, I will just do it this way. We have just a plastic shell here. It even has descriptions on it: green, yellow, purple, red. Uh, we have the buttons. And we have the D-pad. Yeah, those are, keep in mind, there are those two metal, can you see that? Metal bolts that belong to the shoulder buttons. Don't lose those. I do it in my ice cube tray. Yeah. Now go to the sink, wash the plastic pieces as usual, the buttons too. and take the buttons. You can also wash the rubbery things and wash them under the sink with, you can scrub it off with soapy water and an old toothbrush maybe, or a brush like this for bigger parts. And once you have done that, set it aside, let it air dry for at least a day. Um, don't put it together when there is still water in those holes. Yeah, I'll do that and be back afterwards. Okay, so the plastic is dry. We have the board here. It does not look dirty at all. You can unplug the cable here if it's necessary, but in my case, it's not. So it's really not dirty at all. So I use my trusty blimp and blow compressed, just blow air over it. Oh, there are small chunks of dust coming out of it. And you could do, if you want to, and if it's necessary for your controller, you can do a little spot cleaning with, but not directly on the chips, on the board and on the contacts with Q-tips and put a little window cleaning solution on it, not much, and just scrub over the dirty parts. I also have a very little brush here from an old shaver of mine, and you can go over the board like that and get some additional dust off of it. So now when the plastic is dry completely, we put this thing back together. We start by putting the buttons in. D-pad should be self-explanatory. Green button. How does this go? Green button, yellow button, blue button, and red button. Like so. Uh, we can put back in start and select rubbery thing. Goes in like this. Then, of course, the shoulder buttons. Oh, just put in the rest of the rubbery things. This brown piece is the piece for the D-pad. Goes in like this. This gray piece is the piece for the buttons. Does it go? Yeah, it falls right into place like this. Then we have the shoulder buttons, of course. So we need the two metal bars. They are strangely not magnetic. Those belong in those two holes. They are, can you see that? The plastic is, there's L&R on it, so you can really can't screw this up. Just put the metal things in the holes up here. Can you see that? Difficult to show here and here. And then put L and R on top of it. So, like this. Now L and R are back in. We still have the rubbery things of L and R left, and we need to slide them in from the top. Like this. And like this. So, Okay, everything is in there except the electronics. So grab your board and just put it in. There's really nothing to it. It sinks right into place with all the plastic things, and the cable needs to go around. If you remember, needs to go like a snake this way through. And yeah, everything's back in. Back piece, put it on top. And we have our 6 screws, six Phillips head screws. No Nintendo game bits for that. The fragile plastic in mind, you don't want to put the screws in too tight, else you can damage the old plastic. One time I opened up, I think it was the Super Nintendo controller of a friend, and it was badly yellowed and got. He also played it very, very much over the years. And when I didn't apply very much pressure to it, just some pressure to get the first screw out of the console. And when I did that, it just one piece of plastic immediately broke off. Okay, screws are back in, buttons do work, and it looks pretty fine. Really not much to it. Usually with consoles, I give them a shine with Pronto, but I don't do that with controllers because it gets a little greasy, like not near as much as with WD-40 or something like that. But I don't do that with controller because it's something you have in your hands all the time. Okay, that's it. Okay, this was the cleaning of the Super Nintendo controller. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please leave me a comment, like the video, and consider subscribing to the channel. I will see you guys soon. Bye.